This
Oh,
show is a must watch, especially if you like The Boys. Let's take a look at one
yeah.
of the main plot points. And then I'm going to break this thing down because the writers of this particular episode, they stole inspiration from several people. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. Take a look.
Yeah.
What's going on?
NASA's about to launch the first manned mission to Mars.
Yeah, I saw that. It's cool.
I need your father to shadow the mission, make sure nothing goes wrong.
I can zip up to Mars and be back tomorrow.
The fact that you don't know how far away Mars is exactly why you shouldn't be missing school.
Lots of people are going to tell you how to use your powers, but it's up to you to make these decisions. You need to decide what kind of hero you want to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, Amazon is hitting it out the park with these superhero movies and comics, man. This one is a damn good show. It's an adult show.
Yeah.
And in this particular episode, ladies and gentlemen, the writers of this comic stole inspiration from Marvel with the Venom symbiote. They stole inspiration from DC with the Stars and the Martians on Mars. And then they stole some more inspiration from Marvel in the very beginning, where it's almost like they had an apocalypse character come out of a mummy's coffin. And Larry, that's where we're going to start this review.
And they basically jacked the Super Friends.
To some degree, yes, they jacked the Guardians, but I was just speaking of this particular episode. And this episode starts out with, Larry, what the hell did this guy think was going to happen? When you go inside of a tomb to reincarnate an evil spirit, there's going to be a sacrifice. Hell, the good Lord himself had a sacrifice called Jesus Christ. Did this clown really think he was going to be able to go in there, reincarnate this evil spirit, and get out alive, Larry? What was he thinking?
He thought he did. He thought he was gonna go in there and become this dude's right-hand man or something.
Yeah.
And woo,
boy.
Yeah, that's stupid on top of stupid right there.
Exactly, man. And before we move on, let me shout out my brother
Mike
right here. Big time Mike Willie coming through with the super chat, my people. Watch out. This brother said he's going to join us on the show one day. And y'all know when I get these type of super chats, the mission for me having these super chats is to free up time that I can bring on my subscribers on the show so they can get their voices out, new upcoming YouTubers who want to grow their models so they can get their voices out, and to continue to be a voice of networking for us African-American YouTubers. And when you guys super chat like that, you give me time to do it. Oh, man. 703 done went to $10. Lord have mercy.
703.
Lord have mercy.
703.
Boy, Buzz, man, look, I appreciate you. And when I come through your community, me and you're going to hit that gym, and we're going to do some heavy-ass lifting. And the tour is coming, my brother. I mean, these super chats allow me to go hang out with my subscribers, too. And that's why I'm so grateful for you guys sacrificing a couple of dollars to help a brother out. So thank you, Buzz.
I'm going to come through with them, Buzz. But after you guys do your heavy-ass lifting, we're going to go find some nice cold beers that have the big 22-ounce steins, and we're going to do some heavy-ass lifting, too. We're going to go and lift just like this. Go get us a nice big beer stein. And
I bet he is. And so back to
we don't even have to worry about driving because Lamont's going to have his fancy Tesla with its self-driving. It's just going to say, take us home.
Yeah, it'll take you home now. It'll take you home, but you still ain't supposed to be inebriated in the car now. They pull you over, you're inebriated. It's going to be 3 brothers in a car, too. I don't want them kind of problems. So
what you do is you hop in the passenger seat. When the cop says, who's driving? You say, well, I thought my friend was. I got in the car. I punched in my home address, and the car just started going. I thought my buddy was with me, but I don't know.
Shout out to Rap MD TV. He's an ER doc, or she is an ER doc. Forgive me if I got the gender wrong. Nice. I agree. It's not looking good. I mean, us folks who's worked in the ER, we've seen this before. We know. That's why I said, as a former respiratory therapist, and I worked ER before I started working with the kids, these situations like this never look good. So shout out to that person watching us. We appreciate you. And now back to this review, Larry. So after Homeboy gets mummified and gets his spirit taken over by whatever. I'm going to call the ghost in there Apocalypse. That's what I'm going to call it. This was Apocalypse. All right. They cut to Omni Man and Invincible. Omni Man is trying to teach the son how to go faster, how to do stuff. And it seems like, Larry, for a minute, it seems like Omni Man is on the up and up, but we already know he's not. So, Larry, why is he putting up this facade with his son? Why do you think he's putting up this good guy facade with his son? You want to protect his son from his dirty deeds?
I think on one level he wants to protect him from his dirty deeds. I think he wants to be able to make. I think part of it is too. He wants his son to be able to protect himself when the time comes and he has to defend himself. I think he wants him to do that. But also, I think he wants his son to be a worthy partner, because I believe at some point he's going to tell his son what's what. And I don't know if it's going to be because he's forced to, or if it's going to be because he wants to and he wants to tell him what his plans are. So, because I think that somehow, like, he's making it out to be that these Viltrians or Viltron, what do they call themselves again?
I forgot. V somethings.
Yeah, they're from Viltron or Viltrim or something. Anyways, whatever they call themselves. I think there's more to it. I don't think those people are as innocent and as righteous as they claim, because they make it seem as if they, once they all come of age, they go to a different world someplace and they defend that world and they're that world's champion. I don't think so. I think they might go to that world and do that, but then I think they might also sort of take over and rule that world. And
yeah,
I think
getting
that
a lot of those vibes too.
I think that's where he's at. I think he went to Earth. He found all of the Earth's superpower. They're superheroes, and now that he's killed them, there's nothing standing in his way. I think he wants his son on his side, and he knows the only person that probably could fight him is his son. So he's trying to get his son trained up, get him on his good side, and then he's gonna take over the Earth.
Well, I do believe that some point in time, it probably won't be this season, it's going to wind up being the son versus the daddy, and the son's going to wind up having to take out the daddy. Larry, they didn't name this boy Invincible for nothing. Right now, we're seeing a coming of age of this young man, and we'll see what happens. And then, Larry, we'll careen right on into this story right here, man. Now, this is Dark Blood.
He'll be back.
Demonic defender and investigator at that. Well, the wife, this is the wife snooping around, because he popped up at the house in the last episode, just snooping around because he knows something is afoul with how the Guardians died. He's investigating it. And so, the wife is snooping, and then she's talking to her friend who say you can't trust the superheroes, and I think she's about right. And then after that, we see Omni Man pop up in his office, hovering over the brother, talking junk to him, saying, "Stay out my family's house, or else you're going to have some trouble." But Larry, I got a feeling here that maybe this demonic demon can hold his own, because if Omni Man is so powerful, and he's already showed you he's not afraid to flex his muscle, Omni Man could have put hands on this guy and said, "Stay away from my house," but he didn't. Which makes me think that Demon Boy here has some kind of power or something that Omni Man is going to have to reckon with. What did you get from this, Larry?
Yeah, I think Omni Man knows that he has a problem with this demon dude, because the demon dude's dead. Like, you can't kill him. What are you going to do? I mean, like, what they ended up doing in this episode, I mean, are we spoiling stuff? Yeah,
you can go. Yeah, you can spoil it, because we're gonna talk about that in the end anyway. I got that. That's like one of the last clips. What you about to say?
So I mean, they exorcised him and sent him back to hell. But I think that's the only thing that you really can do with the demon, because you can't. I mean, like, maybe you can defeat him in some level, like you beat him up so that he can't beat you.
Right.
But that's kind of the most that you can do. You can't kill him. Like, he was able to kill all the rest of the Guardians. You can't kill this demon because he's already dead.
So you can't do nothing with him. And he, considering he knows the power Omni Man has, he stayed calm, cool, and collected the whole time. He didn't flinch. Hell, he basically said, I'm gonna be on that ass regardless because I know something's running afoul. So
Yeah.
we haven't seen the last of him, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me.
Nah, he'll be back.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
And then this was funny to me, Larry. We get on to Brother Blue. It killed his brother in the last episode, twin brother. And we find out that he's taking his own DNA. He had to use a damn drill to drill into his skin because it's so thick and tough to create the blood to make his twin brother, his own DNA splice. And Larry, what are we going to do with these two blue balls?
Oh man, these dudes are just a mess. They're comedy though. They're just straight up comedy.
They are
and
funny.
The fact that that dude was just feeding all kinds of meat up into that thing to get his brother growing, that was just hilarious and gross all at the same time.
Yeah, it was, ladies and gentlemen. You've got to jump on this show if you're missing out. Now, here was a plot twist, Larry. This is when we start seeing that there's like 5 different narratives going on in this story that they're going to have to culminate at some point in time. So we learned that Robot of the new Guardians is trying to take blood from these heroes. Larry, he took Homeboy's blood, and you see the needle going back into his arm right now. Then we later see at the end of the show that he's going and kneeling at the behest of some creature he's creating. Larry, is he down with Omni Man? What do you think? Or Larry, let me put it like this. Could we be seeing a war between Omni Man's people and another race of people that hate Omni Man's people?
We could be seeing that, but I think there might be. I think that this robot might be a fail-safe system. I think there's people that are recognizing that Omni Man can't be trusted, and maybe they're trying to generate some sort of some combo super hero that will have all these different superheroes' powers combined so that they can defeat him or something. I don't know.
I don't know, Larry, because this is the thing that he was kneeling at the end of the episode, and that don't look like nothing that's going to have a good thinking process. That don't look like nothing that's going to be able to analytically think properly and be on the side of good. I'm definitely thinking Robot is evil too.
He might be. He might be. I don't know, man. I'm not thinking that he is, though. I think he might be. I think he might be on the up and up.
Okay, we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, Larry got him on the up and up. I got Robot Ass as a villain. And then we move on to Cecil. Cecil decides to pop up at Omni-Man's house. Yeah, that's Cecil now. Now Cecil is behind his back door running things, Larry. Don't let Cecil fool you. And so he shows up at Omni-Man's house. Basically, Omni-Man is like, you need to make this thing with the Guardians go away. Cecil's saying, I'm working on it. And then Cecil's telling Omni-Man, look, to get your image looking right, to get you in the public eyesight the right way, we got a mission to Mars. We need to make sure that these guys get there safely and get back safely. Omni-Man says he ain't doing it because he want to go somewhere with his lovely wife. So who did they decide to send? His son. And at first, Omni-Man's like, nah, you're not going. Then the mom basically says, you choose to be the kind of hero you want to be. And so the son decides to tell his black boot thing, you know what, honey, I'm going to have to go away for a little while, about 2 weeks, I'll be back. Larry, when you found out about this situation right here, didn't you automatically know something was going to go wrong on this trip to Mars?
Oh, definitely. I mean, definitely. You knew something was up. I think the dad knew there was something up on Mars too. That's why he was telling his son don't go.
And see, Cecil knew. Cecil knew from jump, and he ain't Omni-Man don't know. And obviously Cecil knew what the weakness was of what was going to be a terror in Mars. And so the next clip, we see the son accompanying the ship. And they don't even know, ladies and gentlemen, that the son is accompanying them. They don't know. And so when they do finally get to Mars, the son encounters these star thingies that can't do anything to him. But what they can do is when they get on a human being, normal human being, they can take over their brain power, infuse themselves, and then they can kill the Martians. Because after this scene, He goes down there, and these are the Martians. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is DC all day. These are two examples of them biting content from DC. Go down there. The Martians have taken the humans, and they're explaining to Invincible, look, when these star thingies get on humans, it's a problem for us, and it's damn near a problem for y'all. And that's what these things look like. So, Larry, take me through what was going through your brain through all this.
Yeah, man, it was. When I saw those starfish things, man, I'll be honest with you, man, I was just laughing. It was so funny to me. All this stuff, it was just so over the top ridiculous.
I'm telling you, that ain't ridiculous because the other day when we was talking about the stars in DC, me and E-Man was up here with you. This is exactly what we're talking about. They have a huge star that Superman had to make a deal with to keep in his fortress of solitude because they would jump on you, get on your face, and take you over and make you do their bidding. And I'm telling you, this comic took inspiration from that DC storyline.
All right.
And not to mention that, but then we got Martian shapeshifters, which the Martian Manhunter is a shapeshifter.
Shapeshifter, yeah.
So
I think it's those starfish things that cause that shifted, because once they get on you, then they shift in. They turn in you. They can turn into you, because when they show the last scene, one of the astronauts wasn't the actual astronaut. It was one of these things, because the astronaut was back on Mars still.
Mm-hmm.
And so once it gets on you, it can turn into you.
Yeah, but here's the problem, Larry. That thing is about to come back to Earth.
It is, yeah. That's a problem.
And yeah, that is a problem. The only people that are going to be able to withstand this thing are super people. And you've got, listen to these storylines, Larry. You've got Apocalypse coming out of the tomb. We don't know where they're going to go with him. God almighty. You got the demon that has been sent back to hell. We know he's going to have to come back.
Yeah.
You've got Omni Man killed the Guardians, so somebody's still got to finish investigating that, and eventually the Sun is going to have to go against Omni Man. And now you've got these Martian star thingies that are on Earth that are going to be trying to eat flesh. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, and then at the very end, they send my man back to hell because he's one of the only few people that can probably deal with Omni Man and any of these other soups. If you guys are not watching this show, you are missing out. It drops every Friday night on Amazon. Please, please go check this out. Any closing remarks, Larry?
Yeah, man, Rexplode, that dude is the best. Yeah. That's the dude that runs fast. I love what's his name? Jason something, Manzukas or something like that. That dude is hilarious, man. I love that dude in everything that he's in.